Welcome back, Memory Monday, on Monday, and for the second time already. So I'm going to make or today is a 2 weeks streak, which is fantastic, and I'm quite happy about that. Yeah, let's check some stuff first, as always, or as I would like to do that more often. Memory leak stuff first. What's going on? Anything new here? There's one game going here. Interesting. Sometimes it's funny to check out one game here. You see here for those who don't know what happened here. This is a game of images. So these two guys, Pet777 and Phantom, we are just memorizing 30 images as fast as they can. And now they are about to recall it. And they have to bring it into the right order. You see that on the bottom. There are some images. They have to put it into the right spot. Like Pet777 here did it perfectly. He took more time, 31.22 seconds, but he got all of them correct. And that's what is important. Phantom here on the other side took only 14.27 seconds, just half of the time, and super fast time. But he got some mistakes with just 21, which is then not enough because score beats time. And let's say hello to them and see if anyone reacts here, Phantom or Pet77. So they are live now with me. They don't know. And yeah, as you can see here, a lot of nicknames here. Not a lot of. Yeah, but let's see. Phantom, thanks, messed up. Well done, Pet. Daoud also here. Nice. Good. So let's see what they are going to do here next. Daoud 74. Hi. So and they are going again here. Let's do another game here, or let's watch another game. Watching the next game as well. Okay, let's see what they are going for here, so I can finish my explanation and bring them here to the Memory Sports TV world. So images is one of the, I think, favorite disciplines of many people. And I think it is definitely the discipline which is the easiest one to start with. I would say that. And many people start with that and have great results right from the beginning. And the idea is to memorize 30 images as fast as you can. You see that here now. So on the left side, you see Pat. He's seeing one image at a time. And Phantom is seeing 2 images at a time. But this is what you can decide for yourself. So you decide your preferences. You want to see 1, 2, or 3, or even more. And now Phantom took a bit more time, 22.15 seconds, and Pat was 26.74. So that means this time again, Phantom faster, but can he get it? So score beats time. And now in the recall, the people have to put them into the right spots. You will see that again right now. And you see them on the button first. And yeah, the world record, by the way, is around 8.5 seconds here for that discipline. I think Vishwa, if I'm not mistaken, is right now the world record holder for images, 8 point something. And but these times are still very nice. And if you can do that, oh, you have a good time here. It's a great score. Or would be a great score. I'll take a look on the last Pan American Open results for that as well on images, just to bring that a bit into a context here. So let's see, Phantom and Pat here, live on Memory Sports TV. Actually, I think they're just training. There is no rated match here for them. And they play images again. So Many people are training daily on Memory League. So sometimes you can just go there, watch it, and see what others are doing here. Maybe get a bit in touch with them, talking a bit. That's what I really like also about Memory League. Really feel that more and more people are training there. I don't have any stats. Simon Orton might know more about it, how many training matches are there every day. But yeah, and yeah, so the first episode of Memory Monday, by the way, is online on YouTube. So if you want to rewatch that, check it out on my YouTube channel. And if you're on YouTube right now, welcome to second episode of Memory Monday. Just chatting about memory sports. I think that fits best here. We will watch that game here till the end. Let's see, Phantom here. 27, 3 to go. Can he make it? 28, 29, and 30. Nicely done by Phantom. He can still, of course, swap things here and put things in the wrong place. I don't hope he is doing that. And yeah, that's how Images works. And as I promised, I'd like to show you some results of the last competition here, Pan American Open, because for the best scores on Images, you see Matteo with 9.89 seconds here in the Pan American Open. So this is the benchmark here, not the world record, but very strong. Don Vishwa here, 10 seconds. So these are top times for Images. And 3 people didn't get 30, but just began because they went quite fast here. 13 seconds, 16, 12 seconds, and so on. And Andre here, the last one, with 30 images, 25.74 seconds. So these 2 people here already did a good job. Cool. Yeah, that's Memory League. And just a quick look on the standings here. Division 1A. Dorian played another match last week. There was just Simon with 5 and Dorian with 3. Dorian here with 4 points. If he wins his last game, he will end up in first position here in the Division 1A. It's very interesting to see. Katie was a bit more struggle this season here, just 1 win so far. But yeah, let's see. And yeah, as I looked last time on the divisions quite a lot, I don't do that today necessarily. What I also want to mention now, last week I was going on memory on the IAM memory.org here and were checking out the upcoming events. And yeah, just 1 week later, there are upcoming events because last week there was nothing really on it. And it looks like that some people who are in, who have the chance to change things here did that and yeah, put that on the IAM page here, International Association of Memory. Wait a second, I have to change something here on this side. Maybe here. Okay. I just want to open my notebook here. Okay, so I can take some notes. Okay, so what is on here? Some events are here, which is really cool. So check out iam-memory.org events, and then you have the Memory League Asian Oceanian Open. They will take place on August 4th and will definitely be here. A live streamed complete competition. Asian Oceanian Open is always night shift for me. So 2-day event here. Then we have the IAM Japan Open. I didn't know that it's taking place, but that's really cool. Let's check that out. Is it in Tokyo? National Standard, organized by Takero. Yeah, so if you want to take part, I'm not sure, but it's open, so I think you still can take part if you want to go to Tokyo in August 9th and 10th. It would be actually at some point it would be cool to do something like that again. Haven't visited any open tournament around the world in the last years, but I mean, traveling to Tokyo just for one tournament, that's young Hannes can do. Then German Open, I talked about that in the Heinz Nixdorf Museum. I will be there definitely. Then we have the Memory League African European Open. I didn't know that it's on September 22nd. I thought it was October or something. Am I mistaken here? I mean, what is 22nd? Such a day. What day is it? 22nd is Monday. Yeah, that's okay. I think that's just a misput thing here because, or maybe it's not. I don't know. But I'm wondering because I felt that the Memory League African. Eh? No, here it's right. It's just this is wrong here. Or what is it? 22? That's for 1 month. No, I get it. It's the qualification included. Yeah, sorry guys. The qualification, of course, included. And for that as well, of course. So qualification starts on August 4th, but the actual tournament is on September 6th and 7th. That makes sense to me now. Okay, good that I got it. African European Open starts qualification September 22nd and runs until the final on October 22nd. Okay, now I got it. Then we have the Egypt Memory League Championship here. And we talked about that. And we have the World Championship again. I think it was also not up here last week. And this is going to be in India again. So again, organized by Amrut Yadav and his team here. And it's in Mumbai, India again for the second time after 2023, which was a really nice event. It was huge with 600 people, which was really cool. A lot of kids, a lot of adults as well, but kids were overwhelmingly a lot of kids, I'd say. And it's great to have it back in India, in Mumbai. Do I go? Shall I go or shall I not? I don't know. I could do something like if this video reaches 1,000 views in 1 week, I go, but I don't do that. But and I know that it's not reaching 1 week on YouTube here in 1,000. I don't know. It's quite exhausting to go to India. It's a very long trip, and going with a wheelchair is tough. And I must say it was really a nice experience, but it's a lot of work, a lot of preparation, and so on. But somehow I feel like it would be cool to go. I don't know. I think I am. I don't. I don't know. At some point, I sometimes think, okay, I will definitely go because I will just wait for a while, think about it for a couple of weeks, and then go. Or I just don't go. I don't know. I go. Shall I go or shall I not? I don't know. Let's see. Let's see. But yeah, last year it was really cool, and it was a bit strange because as a memory athlete, you usually are not very famous in the world. It's like in today, and actually in my hometown in Magdeburg, there was someone recognizing me, one person, and I think that's a good average. One person, maybe a month, recognizes me on the street. And today there was one guy, or talking to me. I'm not sure about recognizing, but talking to me. And there was this guy coming up to me today, talking to me and saying, "Hey, it's really cool to see you, to meet you, and you're doing great stuff in the memory competitions, and have been the world champion." And he was quite excited about it to meet me and so on. And it feels sometimes a bit strange if you have it here in my hometown. I'm quite a bit used to it, but it's just once a month. But in India, I mean, on the street, no one ever will recognize me. But in India, on the venue, it was crazy, to be honest. It was really like I had my assistant with me who was helping me during the tournament. And it was necessary to have him because not just for helping me in my hotel and so on, but also for helping me surviving the kids. Because the kids are great, and greetings to all the Indian kids. Uh, and it was fun to take all these photos and autographs, but it was really, really, really insane. So on the second day, I think I'm not sure about it, but at some point, no, on the first day actually, I was going through to the venue, and before the venue, there was a lot of people, a big crowd, and as soon as some people recognized me as a memory athlete, and okay, I'm known for memory stuff in the world, in the memory sports community, it was really, really um, crazy. People came up to me, and there was this young kid who wants to have a photo with me, not just one, but this guy I remember quite good because he was taking a photo on day one, and on day two he came up with a printed photo and wanted me to sign that photo. That was really cool. I was giving a lot of thought into the sign because for everyone else it was like, okay, next, 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 because like 200 people want to have a sign their autograph or want an autograph, which is cool on the one hand, but it's quite exhausting because on the next day everyone saw, okay, this guy has a photo and he is signing that, and then some people came up with the idea, oh, you can sign my India Memory Championship T-shirt, and then everyone else wanted a sign on the T-shirt again. At some point for lunch, I was not able to eat my lunch anymore because people were just coming up and up and up. And as I said, it's really fun, and I like to get in touch with these people and talk a bit. And I would like to give everyone a sign, autograph, but it's if you want to compete at the same time, it's really tough. And I I really understand. No, I don't understand it, but I have a glimpse of a feeling how it must feel for someone really popular, not like me, just popular in one spot in India for 2 days because they are all doing the same stuff like me, but hugely popular, like a big star or something. This is must feel overwhelming, and I feel that if I would at some point meet someone who is really famous, and I want to have or would like to have a photo or anything, and they say no, I don't want to, I would definitely understand that. Um, introvert boy wants to play a numbers event. Yeah, I'd like to do something else, but I mean, why not? One game, okay? One numbers game. So yeah, you see, you can also play me here. But I wanted to do something else after that. But okay, of course. Just do that for the show. I have one numbers event. Put that here on the screen. So please don't check out the screen. And I will invite you, or you just invite me, Phantom. Um, and then we'll play a game of numbers. And yeah, let's see how I can perform here out of the blue. So yeah, cool. There it is. Green button is lightening up. So I will not talk during during memorization and recall, and I will switch off everything else here so I am not disturbed. Not sure if that's working here. Go with that. This. Okay, now I'm fine. Let's go. Ring, ring. Okay. I haven't played it quite a while. Ah, sure. Yeah, friendly. Sure. Friendly is fine because no, it's rated. I understand. Yeah. Okay. Now it's a rated game, but anyways. Oh, okay. I have to focus somehow. Okay. Let's go for something like I don't know. Let's go for something. Hmm. I think I messed up this the grep. Um, yeah, I am not. I don't think that's. Let's see. Let's see. Yes, definitely the last two digits. Didn't memorize them, did I? No. Okay, let's see if everything, or if I can go at least for something else here. Hmm. I am not so happy. It was a bit like no preparation at all. So, and I didn't memorize the last two, I think. That doesn't make sense. You should memorize all the digits, not just 78. And I'm not sure about some of them anyway. Um, eh? Now I'm going through my system, first 100. Something is familiar. Okay, there's one thing which I don't know, which gives me some good feeling, but maybe it's just yeah. That's it. Okay, yeah, you should memorize to the very end. I win that anyway closely, but yeah, and I got a lot of scores here because I haven't played a while. Nice game, but very nice time here from Phantom, and now I go back because I'd like to do something else today. That was my plan, and I go with my plan today. But let's see. When I typed arrow key, I got switch to Twitch tab in the beginning. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. So he might have seen me memorizing. I don't know. Okay, so back to Twitch and back to the plan. Oh man. Yeah, bad luck for this for Phantom here. But great time. It's a fantastic time. But I missed the grab. I didn't memorize actually the grab. I don't know. Yeah, he says not great time. Let's check some. Yeah, what's also cool. Ah, yeah, of course. He's quite stronger. 15, 17 seconds, which is great. That's really cool. Phantom, if you're on Twitch, this really stands out. Any specific technique do you use, or because cards is completely different, and I'm wondering how that come that you have a complete different yeah, like 15 seconds is world class stuff, and cards is you don't have a card system. You might not have a card system, right? That would be interesting to know. So let me know if you want to, of course. And hey, one more, just one more, please. Okay, I'm addicted. One more, last one. Okay, let's go. Um, yeah, but it's better to be addicted to memory stuff than to uh, computer games or something like that. That's because that's I'm as well. Okay, friendly game. Good luck. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, there's already a bigger gap. Okay, but I can't be unhappy, too unhappy. I mean, let's see if I can fill some gaps here. I don't think I can fill those. Okay, actually, I can fill it. I still can fill that one. Okay, didn't see that coming. But okay, let's see how that looks like. 1607 is not too bad. Okay, there's a grab in the end. Interesting. So what I did wrong here was I forgot that and that. Okay, that could be findable. This was a swap, and Phantom here was a very nice time. I just won by 68 to 63. Yeah, cool. But now it's good for now. Well, it's fun. Yeah, it's actually fun. 16.07 is also not too bad, I would say. But yeah, 14 is great and a very close one. So thanks for the games, Phantom. And that was fun to do. But my original plan seems need more practice. Yeah, I mean, me too. Me too. My original plan was to talk a bit about the dates, historic dates this time, because last time I was because I want to prepare for the championships um, in the German Open. And one thing is that the disciplines in the traditional format are very, very different from the Memory League format. And I have made a complete video about that. All the disciplines explained in from the French Open last year, I think, or 2 years, 2 or 3 years ago. If I don't forget it, I will link it in the description. Let's take a note because forgetting is something which I am very good at. Um, yeah. So, and one discipline which I really like and which was always my favorite discipline is the historical dates. And I'll give you an overview about that and then I will do some training what that means. So, historic dates um, is I go for English right now. Is a discipline where I have 5 minutes time, and then I can go with test page. I think that's fine. And then you have something like that. So you have an event. So like Dynamite Man marries gingerbread woman. You can see this is not a real historic event, at least to my knowledge. Malaria, mosquitoes wiped out. Okay. Homemade vase breaks. You see. Oh, it's like made up stuff, fun stuff, sometimes strange stuff. Spider-Man bitten by cricket. Okay, also nice. And this is how it looks like. So you have a lot of events, and then you have a number here. So this number is between 1000 and 2099. Actually, this is really historical growing. There is no specific reason actually why that is, but you don't have any day or month or anything. You have something like that. And then in the you have 5 minutes to memorize, and in the recall you just get the I show you that on the real page. In the recall you have the dates, the events only in a mixed order. So let's say again you have like 10 wounded in mall shooting. Okay, well, not very nice. Let's go with something more fun. Singer performs in park. Okay, Dinosaur Island discovered. Okay, let's go with that. Let's say you have this memorized here and everything else as well. Then you have 1121. And the problem is in the recall, and this is how it looks like. In the IAM events, you have more than 160, and you have to memorize. If you don't memorize all of them, or not at least close to it, I feel it's quite hard to find it. Let's see if we can find. Of course, you don't just memorize one, but it's hard to find them anyway. Let's see if I can see the. Yes, this was also there, but I didn't memorize it. Let's see if I can quickly find the dinosaur. Here it is. Okay. And this is 1121. So you put it in, and then if you finish and you have it right, you get 1, right? So that's the idea. And introvert boy medal, instead of 1 written on it, there is 10 written in the middle of medal. Search 10 medal. Yeah, of course. I also would say that I could just go for 3 digits. Yeah, that's I can also explain here. So there are different systems, and let's go for the test page again to finish my explanation here. So go for another one. Let's say you have the time machine invented. Time machine invented. So what I would memorize, or what I would try to think of here, is a time machine. And so just imagining a nice time machine might be the time machine from Back to the Future, or any time machine movie, I don't know. And then you have the number here. And since you know it's between 1000 and 2099, you can just memorize the last 3 digits, for example. That's what I do. I have a fixed image for 937. Actually, it's from German language, so I created my system in German, so that may not make sense, but it's like, how do you call that in English? It's actually, if you want to water your grass, your garden. I have a watering machine for the garden, and this is now watering the time machine. That would be my story. And if I come back to the recall, I just see the time machine, and the best thing is having it then, or seeing then the watering machine. Introvert boy saying gnomes sitting on time machine. So it looks like introvert boy has gnomes here sitting. Is it PAO, or is it just without loci? Yes, I also do it without loci. Okay, 937 is for you. Gnomes. Okay, NMS. Okay, yeah, nice. So introvert boy has a different system, but he's doing the same. So he is like memorizing the 937 and connecting that to the time machine by imagining the gnome is sitting on the time machine, for example. And what is very important to me is that I have to that I have to visualize a time machine first. So that's my key, because in the recall you just see the time machine, right? And you want yourself to recall the time machine and then the number. So I would imagine the time machine and I would see the garden watering equipment in the time machine actually. That's what I would see. Okay, let's go for some dates training here. And what I do is, because I feel you have 5 minutes and then 20 minutes. And since I haven't trained for long with dates here, I'd like to start with my training diary here. It's all new, all clean, nothing here. But maybe that is a kickoff for me to do that. What I do is just 1 minute dates. Just to get back into the rhythm, get back into the feeling, and not doing all the full 5 minutes, and see how many I can do. Um, so let's see. Is this preparation for the World Championship in Mumbai? Johannes, yeah. It's actually preparation for the German Open. About the World Championship, I'm torn here. I said that at the beginning. It's really it's tempting to go there again, but I'm not sure if I will do it this year again, because traveling, especially with a wheelchair and so on, it's so exhausting and so much preparation. And I always have to bring someone as my assistant, and so I'm not sure if I will make it this year. I would say it's 30-70 in favor of not going. So yeah, let's see. Okay, let's do one attempt here from. But what I do is classical training, free training, because customizable, because then you can put your time and so on for yourself. What I do is 1 minute memorization time. I'd say I go for 40. Yeah, and then do a short, quick recall, like 3 minutes. I would go for German, easier and more real. And yeah, that's it. So just check the questions here. Hannes, do you think world record of dates can be breakable by 3 digits? Yes, I think so. But I know that that Pratik didn't do it with the 3-digit system, but with the room method. Um, but I think it's breakable with 3 digits as well. And I mean, my best score in training is 143 or something. So it's not close to the world. It's not far away, but it's also not so close. But that gives me the feeling that it's possible. Okay, I will put you here a bit in the minimize you, but I will come back to you after the attempt here. So what I do now is trying to go for getting a feeling of it, going for 40 in 1 minute, just see how many I can recall, just to get the hang of it again and get back into training mode. Mm. Okay, that felt good. Okay, I think I cannot come up with that one. Let's see if everything else is okay. Okay. Some mistakes. So, okay, that was the last one. I was just seeing it with one eye. Okay, okay. That is a typo here, actually. I should write 387. And I forgot that one. Okay, 36 is not a bad. Cannot complain about that in 1 minute. Okay, let's put that into my training diary. Okay, so score 36. 36 is a score. And yeah, tried 40. Okay. Oh, okay. So first attempt. Nice. Let's do another one. But that actually it felt quite good. One thing about dates is always historic dates is always like that in the recall, the longer the recall takes for the longer disciplines, the less historic dates I can clearly recall. It's like the first pages are better than the last. It's really strange. Yeah. So, but 36, if I would memorize 36 in 1 minute and do that for 5 minutes, then that would be 180. But that's not how you can calculate that. Okay, give it another attempt. 1 minute again. Yeah, let's try to get the 40 and then maybe improve or increase. That's what I like to try here. Introvert boy, do you imagine the event in loci? Just link the 3 digits with the event main keyword. Yes, I just link it to the keyword. So I have a keyword and then link it to the keyword. So like this time, there was a police officer, and this police officer there was a chewing gum. So the police officer was chewing on the gum. That's it. No location. But okay, of course, if I think about it, the police officer was not like in flying through the air. The police officer was somewhere on the street. So it's a bit like a location, but it's not a pre-prepared location. For example, if I have a space shuttle somewhere, then I would, of course, memorize it somehow in space. Yeah, so I think that's the point here. It's like a bit like artificial made up locations, but not pre-prepared and nothing which I forced to do. So it's really what comes up to my mind. Okay, let's do another one. It's cool. Starting with that again here. That's fun. Let's do two more and then see how it looks like. I think that was not so good. Let's see. Last thing, I also didn't think it would work out, but sometimes it's really interesting how many. The police guy again. This time I don't have it. It's a bit interfering with the last one. Hmm. Okay, that was not. That was less definitely. Okay, I just go for check it out. 29. Okay, what was that? Okay. This is something you should have. Okay. Could be better. Let's type 29 and give it one more attempt. One thing is also that often for these events like dates, for example, or images, the first one, or names, even national names or something in Memory League, the first work quite good. So this is my training diary for now. Introvert boy. I think I have knowledge of Alex card method. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I have knowledge about it because it's always funny because I can say that I invented the method with with multiple images or variable images on locations. That's and I'm a bit proud of that because it's really my idea in the beginning. And funny thing is that Alex in the beginning, I was using that, and Alex was asking me a lot of questions on out of memory about this method and how I do that. And in 2013, 14, I don't know. And so he's using this, not exactly the same how to create the images. There he is using Lance's shadow code, I'd say that. So he's using a different approach to build the images based on the code, which is Lance suggesting, but the method of having just 1352 was based on my idea, and this was born out of laziness at all. And the specific problem you describe here, that you have a lot of images on a location, that's something what I was also talking with Alex in the beginning. I was asking him if he can calculate for me how many images are usually on one location by statistics. And I think every fourth or fifth deck, it's more than 6 images on a location, on average, of course, what he is doing there is I can't. I'm having a hard time really doing it. But what he is doing is he just gives. So if it's going to be too many images on a location, he just breaks it and goes to the next location. And if you do that once in a deck, you will memorize that without memorizing it. Actually, it's just there. It's just you know that it happened here. You don't have to make an extra image for one deck in speed cards. But I tend to not do that. I tend to try to hold the line, try to not break the story here. It's hard to force it. I think for Alex, it's really natural. He's doing it just by feeling, and he became the best in the world in cards, and that's of course really really cool that he did that with this system. And good. Just learned Sylvan has something different for cards and coins. I was in a dilemma. Lands way is good. Sylvan one you should take a look. Okay, Sylvan. I don't know Sylvan's coding encoding. I am quite familiar with Lance's encoding, and there's the one little thing I did lately in the last half year. I was really changing my encoding to kind of what Lance's encoding is. Not the same, but because I use German and German is different than English, but I kind of started using a different encoding because I felt that my encoding is too slow. I can I'm able to do 20 seconds and sub 20 sometimes, but I always felt that my encoding is too long and the words are too long. So I was like, okay, I would like to change that. And in the last half year, I really did that. I have to train that more, and I have to do some drills on that, especially when it comes down to competitions now. And I hope I can improve my times to like 20 seconds again or 25 seconds with this new encoding, but it will take a while. That's really an experiment for me. Multiple images at one locus is something I've never been able to consistently do. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't too much of a problem for me when I started that. It actually felt good in the beginning. When I was like, I don't want to build this two-card system. And I was always trying to build something around it and not doing the complete two-card system, but still having the same encoding or almost perfect encoding for all the card pairs. Then I came up with that. And the basic idea behind it was that I knew from Clemens Meyer, uh, two times world champion from 2005 and 2006, that he was not doing as a fixed amount of numbers or images on all the locations in all the disciplines. No matter it was numbers or images was not there back then, or words or anything else. He was always doing it flexible by his feeling. So he felt like, I would like to do, or not just he was not thinking about it. He was capping it when it didn't feel good anymore. And if the connection was good, then he was going for it, and if not, then not. And I felt like this should be something, or it should be possible to use that specific approach to encode stuff. Because actually what you do is you put 2 or sometimes 3 and sometimes 4 and then 6, what he did, but that's not actually encoding anything. The number of images on the location, and that was my main initial idea, was I would like to have that the number of images on a location encodes something else. And yeah, the story behind that is a bit longer, but that was the basic idea. And I couldn't come up with something that encodes it directly. So like if there is 3 images, then it encodes this or that. So I came up with the decision-making process. So like if it's not how many, but the moment of making the decision, stay or go, is a binary decision. And if you have a binary decision, you can actually use that because it's an information then. And then you can break down 2,704 cards to 1,352 because you always have a decision at the end of or after each image. So you have an image and then you make a decision, and this decision narrows it down to half of the amount of images. That was actually the idea behind it. And yeah, it's for new people, it's always hard to understand, but I'm working on a video series regarding cards for that for a year right now. Actually, I did the first video last year. I didn't continue. So, but I'm working on that. Yeah, and changing encoding letters encoding to something different. I think that's what you feel is best. I think it's always good. I mean, for example, Simon Reinhardt, and thank you for the hydrate, by the way. Simon Reinhardt was, I know that from the beginning, he was not using the traditional major system like you know it from many sources, like, for example, and that was very impressive to me. For him, in the five in the classical major code is L. So 5 is L. And he was saying how it just makes sense. It's not L. And if you look in the 5, it's not looking like an L at all. It doesn't matter because you can memorize it, and it's not too much to memorize, but he felt it's an S, of course. And if you look at the 5, it's an S. And he was doing that from the very beginning. He was always very, very good in, I think, using shape like stuff here or getting some he can explain it better. I should invite him, but yeah, getting other information out of the symbol, like the 5 looks like an S. For him it was natural, and that was really something different what people or what he did back then, because I think everyone was using kind of the major system and he was just using that. I'm pretty sure he was not the first one changing the letters to something what feels more natural, because it feels like a straightforward idea. But I think in 2004 or 5, I haven't heard about that. So it was, to me, quite new in memory sports. So yeah. Yeah, letters are jumbled, but it's the same. Yeah, I think that's it. Simon was also using the major system in general, but not the traditional major code LS5 and so on. So that's it. And I still remember when he was already talking in 2005 or 6 about getting a 4-digit system at some point. But yeah, enough about that, because I think he's much better in explaining it. And I know he's a frequent user of watching Memory Monday on YouTube, at least once. But there's also only one episode. Let's see if he watches this again here as well. Yeah, Sorogon, I agree with you. Okay, one last thing I'd like to do is using for today, because I will call it a day. For these Mondays, I think I'll do like around about 1 hour, maybe a bit more, maybe a bit less. Depends on how I feel. I will go, and I don't have the Excel training sheet now here, hopefully, for a different language. Let's go for something I'm not able to speak, but I have, Ukrainian, for example, has, this is not Ukrainian. This is just a test page. Hey? Okay, let's check it out. Okay, the problem is I cannot read that. I'm just a tiny bit familiar. Not actually, no, I'm not familiar with with the letters, but I'd like to try that anyway. and make something up on spot. That's the idea here. And see how many I can do. I'm not sure if I can do many. Maybe Ukrainian is a bit too tough, but let's try it anyway. Or maybe go for not Ukrainian. I would like to have the chance to read it. Do something different. I'm not familiar with Russian letters. So let's go for something I can at least recognize, like Danish, for example. Now Danish is maybe too close to German. Now I'm overthinking it. Just go with Spanish or go with Portuguese. Yes. Oh, go with Polish. Go with Polish. Okay. I don't speak Polish at all, and I try that. And see 1 minute again. Try to see how many I can do in Polish. I don't think that was necessarily good. I also didn't really feel focused here. Yeah, that was not really worth showing what I'm doing here, but I finished it anyway. No. The funny thing is, yes, it's 9 or 11. Wow. Okay. I write it down anyway for reference. Okay. One thing was it was really hard to focus somehow. And the second thing is, it took me quite a while to get something out of the foreign word here. For example, I got this. For example, I made up a German word for that, but then I didn't connect it accurate enough to the number. That was a problem. For example, this as well. Now when I see that, okay, but I didn't really see it. And yeah, this is one thing what I did when I started memory training. I was doing it in 2004. I was doing it always in English because there was Andy Bell, 3 times world champion. and he had a website where you could train historic dates in English. And it was not really phrases, it was just 2 words, random words with a number. And I was training it only in English for very long. And I think that helped me a lot because my English was not really good. 20 years ago, it was really a mess. It's not really speakable. It was okay, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't know many of these words. And forcing myself to create something out of this nonsense words to me really was something I always benefited from. I'm not sure if I would have gone to the same results I did afterwards without doing that, but yeah, just that was really something which was helping me a lot. Okay, so this was that, and let's one last check here on the the chat here. You could do also a special memory Monday with words on stream. That's also a nice idea. And thank you, introvert boy. Okay, IAM Images. I always combine images 1 plus 2 together and 3 plus 4, but often switch 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. Do you know any tip to reduce that mistakes? Okay, that question. I know that, for example, Andrea is doing that, and many people are doing exactly that. I was just starting with that maybe 1.5 years ago. It worked much better than creating a story, but I don't have the problem of mixing the order of 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So as I understand, you mixing the pairs. So you put 3 and 4 in 1 and 2, right? I'm not sure. It's very rare that I mix that. I don't do anything specific. And I know from Andrea and others that they don't do anything specific about it. So actually, there's no good answer right now for that. Sorry for that. But I'll give that some thoughts. Maybe just if you join me next week here again, remind me of the question, and then I might answer that. So thank you, guys. It was fun. Yeah, a bit improvised here again, but I think that's the idea. And thank you everyone for watching. Some people here, it's cool. Have a nice week. I will definitely try to start filling my training diary here. Next week I have to show that. And if it's still just 4 disciplines, dates, you can yell at me. Yes, that's what I suggest. So guys, thank you very much for watching. This video will be online on YouTube in maybe Wednesday again, let's see. And thanks for everything here for your support. And yeah, have a nice one. And as always, keep on memorizing. Bye guys.